Does the domain name have any type of impact on ranking in your local Google Maps or in your organic search? And the answer to that question is yes, it can definitely have an impact. If you don't know, the domain name is like, for example, www.johnsmithlawfirm.com. And these domain names get set up, they're registered, they're held at a registrar's company. One of the most popular ones being GoDaddy. You want to make sure that you have complete control of your domain name. It's basically like having the title to your car or your house. And you certainly wouldn't give that to someone else, right? And you'd be surprised how many law firm owners that I meet with, and they don't know the credentials, they don't know where it's registered, and even worse, sometimes they're registered with their actual agency that they're working with. If you work with findlaw.com, it's pretty common that they do this. They actually hold the domain name within their own registrar. At any rate, the bottom line is, number one, you have to make sure you have complete control of your domain name, and don't ever give that access up to anyone else, no marketing agency, not even me, okay? The other thing is when you go in and you register this, you're gonna have a couple of options. One is gonna be private, one's gonna be public. And what you wanna choose is the public option. And the reason you wanna do it publicly is because this is information that Google, the crawlers, are gonna pick up. And they're gonna be able to see that the information associated with your domain name is the same as your firm and your website. This is gonna later come into play when you're trying to create these signals for Google Maps and your organic search. So make sure it is on a public setting. The other thing is when you set up the information as far as the street address, for example, you want to make sure that everything is exactly the way that Google shows it in Google Maps. What I mean by that is if you go to Google Maps, you do a search for your business, for your address, you might see a result that comes back 123 Main Street. If street is abbreviated as ST period in Google, then do it exactly that same way. If street is spelled out, then you'll want to spell it out the exact same way. So do it exactly the way it is in Google Maps. Make that the same address that you're going to have for your domain registration. Okay, the next thing that you're going to want to make sure you're aware of, in addition to that, is there's an option on how long you can renew your domain name. When you go in, you're going to want to renew the domain name for as long as you possibly can. Sometimes you get an option for up to 10 years, and you're going to want to do that. You're going to want to register it out as far as you can. I see a lot of law firm owners that'll do it like 1 year at a time, thinking that it saves them money or that maybe it really doesn't have an impact. But what happens is Google looks at this as a small ranking factor where if you've got your domain only renewed for 1 year and your competition has the domain ranked renewed for 10 years, then Google's looking at that as a more serious website, that somebody's looking at this and they want to protect it, that it has more value to them as the holder of that domain name. So go in and renew it for as long as you possibly can. I hope some of these tips help you out, and if you need any assistance, just give us a call at Law Firm Marketing Services. More than happy to help you either from a DIY standpoint, or if you just don't want to mess with these things, just reach out and we can help you take care of things as well.